If you're a law student, how do you get letters of recommendation? Hi, my name is Ariana, and this is episode 19 of Lawsumber. Today we're talking about letters of recommendation for law students, right? Most of you needed a letters of recommendation in order to get into law school, but for some reason, finding letters of rec when you're actually in law school is really daunting. So for a couple of jobs, because I didn't feel like I had a law school professor that fit, or if I needed multiple law school professors, I did reach out to undergraduate professors that I did research with at the University of Iowa. Or professors that I had a really good connection with, and I would say, hey, I'm applying for this job in the legal field. Would you mind writing me a letter of recommendation? And they did, right? You also can ask people you've previously worked for. So old jobs can be a really, really, really good resource to kind of help procure letters of recommendation. Also, you should try to think of a first-year law professor that you connected with that you can have write a letter of recommendation for you. For context, most people say get your legal writing professor to write a letter of recommendation for you, especially if you go to a school where you have really small legal writing classes. But my legal writing professor first year of law school was horrible, guys. I can give story time on that later, but painful. Like truly, truly painful. And so I was like, there's no way I can ask them to write me a letter of recommendation. I can't do that. And so I ended up asking my civil procedure professor, who I felt like I had a really good connection with. I went to a lot of her office hours. And sometimes professor will be transparent and they'll say, I don't know enough about you to write you a letter of recommendation, but I would love to grab a coffee or lunch and we can kind of talk through more about you and what you're interested in. And then I'm more than happy to write you a letter of recommendation. Worst case scenario, someone says no. And honestly, you'd rather them say no than say yes and write you a bad one. And so those are the people that I would reach out to, especially if you're a first year law student. If you're a second year law student, you can ask lawyers who are involved in the organizations that you're involved with. You can ask, professors who you've had, because at this point you've had way more professors. Whereas if you're a first year law student, you've probably had 4 or 5 professors. And so it's kind of a smaller pool to pick from ultimately. But come back tomorrow for more information about law school, for more tips and tricks, and keep your eye out for information about the giveaway associated with this series.